So why you think that nobody could have talked to you? Matlab,
I th-
why it was like nobody could share and you can't share? What are you feeling? You never cried in front of
I
everybody.
think गरिमा I feel कि जो हमारा culture है, like हमारी जो community है, we
Mm.
don't talk about these things. Whenever it comes to any health concern, whether it's anxiety, depression, critical illness, whatever it is, we
Yeah.
don't talk. एक डर भी रहता है और लगता है कि हम इस बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे. Every time people are like नहीं नहीं हमें बात ही नहीं करनी, they just avoid that conversation. So I feel that was the thing. Plus I feel as a parent, as a husband, as a brother, they were just feeling that someone who they love is
Yeah.
going through so much of
So much of
pain that they
pain.
can't express that pain, right? So I think that's one thing which I felt. But I felt if they could have talked at that time, we could have healed together.
Mm.
Because since last 1.5 year, everything was inside.
Yes.
It took a lot of time for my parents to recover from this thing. My husband, I don't know if he's still struggling or not, but I feel it took a lot of time for
Mm.
everyone to come out of it. And that's what happened to me. And I was struggling. I came back. I felt like I was in a full-time job. कीमो पे जा रही हूँ, दवाइयाँ खा रही हूँ, खाना खा रही हूँ, हॉस्पिटल जा रही हूँ. अब क्या है? Now what? What's the
Right.
next
Right.
step for me? I am home, bedridden हूँ, कुछ कर नहीं सकती हूँ, dependent हूँ पेरेंट्स पे, फैमिली पे. तो उस वक्त मैं बहुत स्ट्रगल करी थी. आई वाज स्ट्रगलिंग सो मच. आई वेंट टू माय ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट फॉर अ चेकअप एंड आई वाज लाइक आई नीड हेल्प. And I cried. I said, I need help. And at that moment, he said, I'll connect you to the psychosocial department. There is a psychosocial department, there's a psychiatrist, there is a psychologist. And then I connected. Since then, till now, I am taking therapy. Every time it has helped me. Trust me. I'm on meds, but it has helped me a lot. Coming out of that really helped. Like I was
It takes a lot
struggling.
of courage to talk about it because I think a lot of people don't talk about it and accept it. And in India, I think if somebody is suffering from all this, the other person will say, think of that, and rather than thinking just about the mental health, they
Yeah.
will prioritize physical health first over
Yeah.
mental health.
Yeah, and that's what the struggle is. I think
Yes, I think.
among our Indians, and I have found people over there. So when I was struggling, I connected with a lot of organizations over there because over there you have a lot of support system.
Yeah, right.
And when I connected with a lot of organization, and I saw a lot of people younger than me, like 20 years old, 15 years old, 30 years old, and we all had the same things common. And we used to share and talk. And whenever I used to see that group, I felt like, because it was COVID, everything was on Zoom, right? I could not see anyone with my own color. And that made me think a lot, like why I am the only brown person in the room, why I don't see any other people. Is it just me who had cancer? So, those things came to me a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then when I started talking about it, the more I talked, I felt that I can help that single person. Probably someone out there is also feeling alone, like me.
Yes.
I had support system, I had family, probably that person might not
Might
have
not.
that person. So at that moment, I started talking. I started sharing everything on social media. I shared my blog globally. It went viral. A lot of people saw it. A lot of people reached out to me worldwide. There were people struggling with this thing. There were few people reached out to me about their cancer disease, about how they can, help themselves. And with all these things, the work I've been doing right now in Canada is basically, spreading awareness, talking about it, giving education. Like, if you get yourself tested, you might get yourself treated early. So all those things. And then I've been talking about a lot of South Asian cultural stigma, which is very common, very, very, very rare in our thing. Like we don't talk about cancer, we don't talk about mental illness, we don't talk about depression. And over there, I have been, just breaking that stigma right now. So within the South Asian community, because over there also there are Indians, there are a lot of Indians, but I haven't
And
seen.
there also Indian have that stigma. They're
Yeah.
still into that Indian
Yeah,
roots.
yeah, obviously. We born here. Like
Yeah.
before cancer happened to me, I had no clue about cancer.
Yeah, right.
We were never educated in our lives
Agree.
about cancer
Agree.
or about testing yourself. Get yourself tested, check if you have any lumps or bumps in your body. Like, you never know, right,
Never know.
about these things.
Absolutely.
And now people are knowing it because every day, most, I don't know how much numbers in India, but people are getting diagnosed.
Yes.
India, in Canada. So like every day there are so many cancer patients.
Mm.
So I think it's important to get yourself tested. If you feel something is not right, get yourself tested. And I think people don't go for a test because they are scared, because they don't want to hear that word.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think जितना जल्दी टेस्टिंग होगा
हाँ, उतना
उतना
जल्दी आपका,
प्रोग्नोसिस
हाँ,
अच्छा होगा उतना
imagine going through stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, तो chances कम होते जाते हैं.
कम agree.
Like, I was on stage 4. There were hardly any chances that I would have survived. My
Yeah.
type of cancer is globally just 120 or 150 cases. And I haven't seen anyone in Canada yet. People reached out to me from far away, from different countries, through my social media or through my blog, who had sub SPTCL cancer. And until now, just 2 people have reached out. And imagine that kind of, rare. And I had no idea that blood cancer itself has 120 or 130 subtypes. And we're
Right.
talking about cancer. The cancer itself, like breast, lung, there's so many
types of cancer.
And since our education, like before cancer, I had no knowledge, and I feel why. If I would have that knowledge given to me, I would have taken care of things. And I
Agree.
sometimes feel that it's not important that you have to get diagnosed to know about it, right?